Hello, P. Hello. All my friends are here. I see a lot of cool people in the chat already. Just let me know if you can see me and hear me. Okay, I've got the glasses of the bifocals on tonight, so Lord only knows what this is going to turn out like. I'm just going to do some shout outs real quick, and if you're watching the replay, go ahead and skip to about the 3-minute mark, and I will make sure that all the shout outs happen in the first 3 minutes or so. Yarn Prepper is here. Lori's Thrifty Kitchen Pantry. Kendra Full of Joy is here. Let's see. Mama G's Prep and Garden. Thanks for joining us tonight. Fake Person. Hello. Always good to see you. And let's see. Oh, y'all have been doing some chatting. Hi, Rhonda Allen. How are you? It's Uncle Al up in the house. Now it's a party if Uncle Al's here. Let's check this out. Pauline Parker, glad you joined us tonight. Hi, Nikki. And Michelle J is here. The Happy Hickman Homestead is here. Hello, my friend. USMC. Hi, Amy. How you doing tonight? Michael O'Brien is here from Central Florida. Tony DG is here. This Girl Preps. And just running down through. Michelle Salazar, welcome. And oh my goodness, Pink Southern Girl, hello. I'm really glad to see you. And Holly Cowan is here. Rita Hunter's here. JC Neal is here. Barbara Dees is here. Barbara shared already her win of the week. If you want to save those till 8:30, I'll make sure to give you a shout out. August Blue is here. Carrie Berry is here. Texas Jan. Oh my goodness. So many awesome folks. Phyllis Elliott, welcome. And welcome to your first live. You're going to have a good time tonight. I'm usually on until about 9 o'clock, 8:55-ish. And then I roll on over to Pinball Preparedness and hang out with everybody over there. Eclectic Basil, welcome. Hi, Carrie Newsom and Kathy D. And Michelle Flo. I think I got everybody. Okay. Oh, and I did it in 2 minutes. Okay, so don't hesitate to say hello. There's 49 people in the chat, and if you haven't hit the like button yet, please go ahead and do that because this platform loves that like button. I can't explain it, but it's so helpful to the channel if you just go ahead and hit that. So let's see. Oh, USMC sent some chickens to freezer camp. That's what we call it. Oh, they went to freezer camp. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk diesel shortage, train strikes. We're going to talk about transportation freezes throughout the United States. And this is a hot topic that many prepping channels have been addressing lately, some better than others and some with more hype than others. And so I thought we would just chat about the diesel shortage, what your concerns are, and kind of what you're hearing, a little bit of boots on the ground type action. Oh, it's Nene's Prepping Kitchen. Hi, Nene. And Children of Noah is here. And Nancy Smith Paz, welcome. Okay, so diesel shortages, let me know in the live chat what you guys are thinking about diesel shortages. I'm going to read a quick article. And it is from Newsweek, and it's called How a Diesel Shortage Could Cripple the U.S. Economy, and this was written October 27th. I put a link in the description box down below so that you can read it yourself. Diesel supplies in the U.S. are at their lowest level since 2008, raising concerns over the impact this could have on the country's economy. As of Friday, October 14th, the U.S. had 25.4 days of diesel supply left in storage. For the past 2 years, amid the pandemic closures and climate pledges promising to invest more in renewable green energies and refineries in the U.S. has significantly reduced their capacity to produce diesel, therefore tightening the supply. So this tight supply of diesel, which has been exacerbated by a ban on the Bear Country's imports after the beginning of that country's invasion in the country of the starts with U, that this platform does not like it when you say the name of, is going to send prices soaring throughout the winter. So as the demand tends to rise for diesel as we get closer to winter, because the molecule that makes up diesel is very similar to the molecule that you use for home heating oil, which is another concern for many folks here in the United States, is that home heating oil. The issue is global. That's something that they wanted to make sure that they mentioned. East Coast inventory stand at about 24 million barrels, and that's more than 20 million barrels below what is normal for this time of year. So just running through that bit of information, I haven't finished the article yet, but I want to just touch on the fact that yes, there is still diesel, and a very kind of famous personality who does news on the Fox channel, he said that the diesel would be gone before Thanksgiving, and oh goodness, didn't he rustle some feathers? And it's not going to be gone. We have less than what we should have and less than what we've had in the past, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be totally gone. Oh, I see Orlando Prepper in the house. So what does that mean for us in a constructive and in an environment where we're going to talk about how we can prepare for the ripple effects of diesel shortage without being hypey or clickbaity or anything like that, because I don't enjoy those kind of videos anymore. When I was new in prepping, I really did kind of fall down that rabbit hole where, there was a YouTube personality and they'd be, telling all this bad news and all, and, clickbaity type stuff. And then, it didn't help my productivity any. So I'd like to just open a dialogue with all of my listeners tonight and make sure that we are living in solution-based thinking. So I see that Mama G's Prep and Garden. I think between diesel shortage and looming railroad strike, the country is going to be in a world of hurt. Everything runs on diesel and everything will stop. I think you're very right, Mama G. And Mr. B and I were chatting this morning over breakfast about diesel shortage, and it has been his opinion for a long time that things will become very local again. So we used to live in a time where if it wasn't strawberry season, there weren't strawberries in the grocery store. If it was corn time, then there would be an abundance of corn. But in the wintertime, there wouldn't be any corn because you couldn't grow any corn in your area. So you had, canned corn or frozen corn, but you did not have fresh corn in the store, just as an example. So we're going to go back to, in Mr. Big's opinion, we're going to go back to a seasonality of eating, which is how humans are supposed to eat anyway. We're supposed to eat with the seasons. And so that's not necessarily a bad thing. But if you think about when you eat something from an industrial farm on the other side of the world or the other side of the country, how much diesel that's going to take to get to your door. And then we need to be preparing for the fact that we may not be able to get the things that we want. Let's see. Nikki says, in Ohio, stores seem to be stocked and lots of trucks still on the road. So hopefully this keeps up. Absolutely. And I think they are going to keep it up until after Christmas. And then after Christmas, things are going to change dramatically. The midterm elections will be over. The ballots will all have been counted. The results will all have been in. And then they can get down to brass tacks and really start whatever agenda they have planned. Let's see. Florida based. Lots of layoffs. Our plant has been closed for 2 weeks, only 1 day of work next week. I'm salary, but hourly guys are getting hurt bad. Can't get materials already, so this will make it worse. I believe that you are correct. I believe that there will be job loss, especially coming through the winter and into the summer months next year. Lori's Thrifty Kitchen Pantry. Lots of shortages at Aldi today. No butter, no regular sour cream, no eggs, and very few turkeys and hams. I'm really sad to hear that because a lot of people are really trying to make this last holiday really count and make sure that they are connecting with family after years during the pandemic when we weren't necessarily allowed to gather, which in Florida we did it whatever we wanted. Kendra full of joy, I'm not concerned for our heat. Our heat was with propane. Then my son asked me if I was aware how our propane was delivered to our home. Oh, see, these are the things that we think of as preppers is how did this get to me? Or how did this arrive? Or what is the process that comes all the way to me clicking the stove on? So that is a really great, Kendra. I'm really glad that you made that comment because that is how preppers think. And I'm really happy that your son kind of shone a little light on that. Shaw's was sort of stocked, expensive but stocked. Tony DG said that. And you know, Tony, I used to love Shaw's when I lived in Maine. Oh my gosh, they had the best deals and the prettiest stores. But that was a long time ago. That was probably 22 years ago. Florida based, thanks. We make drinks for all the big brands. Oh my. Well, yeah, that's quite a thing. The aluminum shortage, and then I was shopping this past week for chili powder, and I was like, is there a chili powder shortage that I wasn't aware of? Because I didn't find any chili powder in the store. It was bizarre, the most crazy thing to be out of. Michelle J, we have diesel truck as our daily driver. It's now $5.50 a gallon in our town. We can go to a couple towns over and get it for $5.20. You know, that is something that is going to be a factor for many families as well. Is if you're driving a diesel truck, do you use that as your daily driver, or do you, start carpooling with the wife, or how are you going to do that to where you are able to save some money on your diesel in your own home? Florida Base makes drinks for Lipton, Louisiana Monster, powdered protein drinks, Welch's juice, all on hold for now. Oh my goodness. There is a sale at Winn-Dixie on Louisiana tea this week. So if you like Louisiana tea, now is the time to get it. Tony GG says, no, I don't watch them anymore either. My brain can't handle it. Yeah, so there came a breaking point for me with a certain channel, and they were talking about, thermonuclear war and all this craziness. And I was like, listen, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm out. I am out. There's no solution-based thinking. I do really like Popular Preparedness because he gives the news without hype. Like, here's the news and there you go. And there's not this sort of, clickbaity weirdness. I really appreciate his show. I also like Southern Prepper One, Boots on the Ground. I'm addicted every morning when I do the dishes and tidy up before I leave for work. This is that's my main jam because those are real people. Katie said, I thought sort of the same things. If the railroad strike isn't going to require so much fuel, we all need to be taking advantage of these price wars for Thanksgiving to stock up. I believe that you're right, Katie. That's a really great strategy for prepping. Oh, here we go. Florida Base with the first super chat of the evening, 1776 for the troops. Happy weekend, y'all. My son is still in Finland. He'll be there until the end of November. His mission, and I'm not breaking any sort of code. It's on the YouTube channel for the platoon. So I'm not doing anything wrong by saying where he is. He doesn't really care for it much there. It's snowing, and he misses Florida a lot. Holly Cowan, in Canada and New Brunswick. Oh, I've been to New Brunswick. The price of diesel went up 68.6 cents, bringing the max price to $3.07 a liter. I'm in Alberta and currently $1.80 a liter. Oh my goodness. And there's 2.5 liters in a gallon, I think. You metric people. Us in the US stubbornly holding on to our ounces and gallons. Okay, Tammy Joe says we normally eat seasonally because it's more economical. Absolutely. So that's for us as well. We do eat seasonally just because it is more economical. We eat whatever's on sale basically and whatever we can get an abundance of. Plus we have some delicious kale coming in our garden. Tomorrow I'm going to be picking some green beans out of our garden. And when you have a little garden like that, your diesel is zero basically because you're planting it, going out and picking it with your feet, walking out to the garden, picking and walking back into the house. So your farm to table is very short versus, industrial farm in Brazil all the way to my table in Florida. And that's what it's going to take to preserve our lifestyle in the future, I believe. It was all put off until after the elections, but most people just continue to stock up. Absolutely. We normally do a pantry challenge in the month of November, and we usually do one in August as well. And this year I did not do a pantry challenge at all. Not at all. Oh, I'm glad you're home from work. Happy Hickman Homestead. And here is Vancouver Vixen. Hello, my dear. I'm glad you're here. Okay. Thank you, Orlando Prepper, for making sure that people hit that like button. I really appreciate that. Yarn Prepper says if you live in the Midwest, Quick Trip has $2.99 a pound butter. That is pretty awesome. JC Neal, I live about an hour away from a few towns that have a Walmart and more places to shop. So it's really going to hurt people that can't go anywhere other than the dollar store and the one little store in my town. You're absolutely correct. And our dollar store is not particularly stocked well. And I think a lot of dollar stores are really hurting as far as stock goes because they aren't able to get deliveries and they don't get to pick what they order anymore. They just get what they get. So I know with the Halloween decor and Halloween items and things like that, our Dollar General did not even get anything. The lady said, I'm really sorry, but it just never came on the truck. They got Christmas stuff instead, which she was like, I'm glad to get it, but really? So this girl prep says, when is the railroad strike supposed to start? I do not know. I do not know the answer to that question. I know that a couple of the unions have tentatively said yes to the new deal that was presented, but some of the other unions have not. So it's still all up in the air. If you have a Food Lion in your area, I got turkeys for 39 cents a pound with purchase. Sherry, that is definitely a win of the week. You snuck that in on me. Michelle J. There's something nice about living off grid. Nothing is delivered. We're just very aware of prices because we have to bring everything in ourselves. Absolutely. And then this girl preps. Saltine crackers are scarce again here. You know, when I went to Aldi this past week, they didn't have any. Such a strange thing. It's so random, the things that are out of. Had to order chili powder from Amazon because I couldn't find any in the store. I did the same. So the Friday $5 Friday video, I'll show my Amazon haul where I just went a little crazy and stocked up on a bunch of spices in addition to my $5. Let's see. Oh my goodness, you guys have been so generous with all the live chat tonight. We can't carpool. There's no one around here that works where he does. Yeah. So I know that Mr. B's parents, they work in town and they live quite a far way out in the country. And they carpool in the morning. Mrs. Biggs drops off Mr. Biggs at his shop, goes to her work, and then goes back at the end of her day and picks him up. Let's see. Yeah, Orlando Prepper is a great channel. If you haven't checked out their Monday night, I love Monday Night Live with Orlando Prepper. It's one of the faves. One of my fave lives of the week. Let's see. I think everybody loves Boots on the Ground, John. I think that Dave does such a good job with that, and he presents it in a way that is not, it doesn't inflame anything. He's just like, here's the information. Here's what other people are seeing. This is real. And when he can confirm it, he confirms it. And when he can't, he just says, I can't confirm this, which I find really awesome and refreshing. Hi, Nene. Diesel will be available. Hit and miss at some locations, taking longer for crude oil to refine, which causes short-term shortages, and prices will be rising again soon. I think that once people get a whiff of this whole diesel shortage thing, it's going to go like any other gasoline shortage or toilet paper shortage or any of the other shortages that we've had. Everybody's going to run out and go and knock the supply down, which is fine, but it's just not a smart way to do things. And preppers can sit back. Okay. I thought I was okay. Vancouver Vixen, thank you for the super chat. Thought I was good with 1 year supply of everything. Nope. Now planning for 2+ years, focusing on keeping balance in my life, though. That's super important. Balance is important. And We're stocked up more than we ever have been at this point in the Biggs household. The pantry is bigger and badder and crazier than ever. And Mr. B, when he goes to Rural King, he's keeping his eyes open for deals and things that we can and things we can put on the shelf. Everybody in the family is making sure that they are looking for deals everywhere. And if there's something to pick up, we're picking it up when we see it. Barbara Dees, is that what it says? Yes, Barbara Dees. My husband and I just moved into a new home that's heated by natural gas, and our plan is to have that removed and revert back to wood burning chimney. Very good. I like that idea. And then Holly Cowan says close to 4 liters in a gallon. Well, thank you for that as I cling to my ounces and my gallons. I'm so American. It's so sad. So sad. All right, Michelle J., we're not seeing the great prices for Thanksgiving food. There's been a few sales, but prices don't seem to be coming down in our rural area. You know, last year I paid 19 cents a pound for my turkey. And this year, the lowest price I've had so far that I've even seen is 49 cents a pound. And I was happy to get it, And I currently have 3 turkeys in my freezer. There's not room for another one, not until I cook one. Mr. H almost nothing but buys almost nothing but sale goods. Yeah, I was so proud of Mr. B this week because when he went to Rural King, he found these soup mixes and they were on sale for like $2.99 each. And he picked up 1 of each and 2 of the chili. And he said that he wants to take that camping and hunting. Had to get a little. Oh, hi, Sarah. How are you, my dear? Sarah's my friend. Let's see. August Blue says, so much to do. I can't waste time on things I have no control over. I don't have any way to stop any kind of that kind of event. I try not to worry about it, and I listen to channels that provide information I can use. Exactly. And I don't want to be distracted. I think that's what we're going to talk about next week is distractions, because this is just, it's getting so much. It seems like every day there's some salacious new news story that tries to distract us from prepping. So let's talk about that next week. I got a lag. Katie says, one thing that my great aunt pointed out about the Great Depression, she said they weren't going to starve, but you rarely had any meat and you had your garden veggies, which varied with the seasons. That's a perfect analogy of I think what's going to happen. Let's see. So there's Michelle. I agree. You keep it real on your channel with practical ideas and faith-based. Thank you. So thank you so much for the kind words. I really do appreciate that. Sometimes when you get a nasty comment or whatever, it's not easy to be on YouTube and put yourself out there. But I just love bringing positivity to prepping. Kathy D, all my first cousins and their children, grandchildren, and great-grands got together today, and we decided we shouldn't wait any longer to reacquaint with each other. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, that makes my heart happy for you. I'm so excited. Michelle's got a win of the week. Let me just talk a little bit more about the articles, and I did provide the link in the description box. So local diesel demand has recovered quicker than gasoline and jet fuel from the impact of the pandemic. And that drained the stocks that we had, the supply. Second, foreign demand is also strong with American diesel exports running at unusually high levels. So we're actually exporting some of the diesel that we're making instead of keeping it in the United States. I don't really agree with that, but what do I know? Third, and according to many, most important of all, the U.S. has lower refining capacity than before, reducing its capacity to make fuel. And fourth is Bear Country's invasion of the country that starts with a U. So the U.S. was importing a significant amount of oil from Bear Country before the war, which its Gulf of Mexico-based refineries turned into diesel. That trade ended after the White House sanctioned Russian petroleum exports. So that's definitely a factor. There's politics in play here. There's also this Green New Deal thing that we, that we are stuck with, which I don't really feel that that's a good idea. So it's 8:24. I'm just going to roll through some more of the comments. Oh, Michelle J found some chili powder. It is weird how that works. Just random outages in different places. August Blue, my stepdaughter and her family are coming to visit from Maine, and I haven't seen them since the pandemic. Yay! I'm so happy for you. Let's see. USMC. Couldn't find any molasses at Walmart. Even the store brand butter was almost $5 a pound. I know I'm always keeping my eyes out for the butter prices. I've seen it as high as $8. $8. And then I've seen it as low as $4. Hey, Fuzzfork, thank you for sending me all those videos in your email. I really appreciate that. Thankful K, just have to say you do the best job of interacting with us. Oh, you're so nice. I try. In Oklahoma, we have a shortage of store brand cranberry sauce. I wonder if that's because people are trying to pinch pennies and buying the generic brand and leaving the store brand more expensive on the shelf. I don't really know. Fake person says, today at Walmart, I went looking for canned potatoes. No cans in the Walmart by me. I was able to find canned potatoes a couple weeks ago at Aldi, and this week, I don't know. Canned potatoes are going to be a thing of the past, I think. Aphrodite, I live in upstate New York, and on Friday, we got an EMS text from my company telling us this is only a test. However, they wanted to answer with, I'm okay or I'm sick. That's very odd. What are they planning? You know, it was really weird because as I was driving to work the other day, they didn't say this is a test of the emergency broadcast system. It just blared over the radio, and literally my heart stopped because last time that happened, it was the day that the World Towers fell down, which we don't mention that day on YouTube because it doesn't like that day. But I literally, my heart stopped and I held my breath like, oh no. But they didn't say this is just a test or anything, because usually they say that, they announce it, but they did not. It was just the random noise, and I don't know what is happening. That is truly weird, Aphrodite. That is crazy. Uh-oh, Yarn Prepper says, my husband is starting to complain about our stash. Oh no. Mr. B doesn't complain anymore. He used to kind of think I was out there a little bit, but no. After the events of 2020, he's been a lot more accepting. We don't have anything that uses diesel, thankfully. Just going to keep preparing and learning how to do things on my own. Absolutely. And if we throw the diesel shortage together with the train strike, we're going to be in deep doo-doo for real, because trains are how we get most of our stuff, and the barges are already backlogged with the low levels in the Mississippi River. So we've got a multitude of different points that are happening at this moment. Florida Glitz, we've been stocked more than ever. Today stocked so much flour, everyone was looking at me like I was crazy. And you know what? Let them look. Let them look. That's how I feel at this moment. Let them look. I'm just making sure that the dogs are in. Babe, are you in here? Tater. Come here, Tater. Okay, hold on just a second. Y'all keep chatting. I think Tater went outside. Oh, my Lord. Oh, Tater, where are you? Oh, honey. Here I come. I'm coming back. This little boy ran out the door. Ugh. He scared me. That's all right. The cats were out on the porch and they stopped him. Oh, that scared me. Whew. Okay, Lori's Thrifty Kitchen Pantry says, I'm running out of space for my stuff. My jars have taken up all my cupboard and dining room table space. Oh my God, I feel you. I feel you. Orlando Preppers got me on the big screen tonight. That's pretty awesome. Okay. Oh my goodness. If you can't find a turkey head to the town dump for a vulture. I don't think those taste very good. I'm just saying. Okay. So if you guys want to start posting your wins of the week, I'll start shouting you out. I'm having more and more places to stash food. I feel like we're living in a storage room because of all the sickness and surgeries. Haven't been able to declutter the past 20 years at home. Oh my goodness. So I feel also like we're looking for space. Mr. B is going to is going to build me some shelves over where I keep the dog food for my plastic wrap and my tinfoil and all my stuff, you know, so that I can continue making my hats in the evening, my tinfoil hats. Okay. Let's see. Turkey price for Michelle yesterday was $1.18. I've seen them. I have seen them. Soon we'll be waiting for food on the shelves in stress that we're no longer. Hold on. What does that say? Oh, these bifocals. Soon we'll be waiting for food on the shelves in stress. Oh, I think it's stores that are no longer waiting. Oh yeah, in Arizona they still haven't figured out the election. Yarn Prepper, you're right. Super chats are not necessary, but always appreciated because I do use those funds for sending packages to the troops. And I'll be sending out a Christmas package here probably in the next 2 weeks. Who's your prepping nurse? My uncle used to talk about how my grandfather would make a grocery list, then cross things off that they couldn't afford. My uncle said she would be crying. Oh, grandmother would make a grocery list. She'd be crying. Meat was one of those things. I know. There's going to be some hard choices for a lot of families, a lot of people. Bringing positivity to prepping. You know, I think that's going to be my new, I'm going to make a little intro video, and I think that'll be my new thing, is bringing the positivity to prepping. Regina got colored turnips, squash, cabbage, broccoli in the garden. Hello, neighbor. Hi, Regina. Yeah, we've got some kale out there. Our collards are doing awesome. Will we have a trucker strike on top of fuel shortages? I think that the truckers are just going to get laid off. As the diesel price increases and increases and increases, we're not going to be able to afford to pay them. So they're going to either have to go find some other work or just be not working. Crossed off. They did have chickens in a huge garden. My uncle said that my dad would sneak into the canned peaches early and they weren't supposed to open them until Thanksgiving. Oh, that's kiss. Lots of private jets flew in. Oh yeah, they sure did for that fancy conference, I'm sure. And then talked to all of us about how we need to cut back our carbon footprint. Texas Jan, my husband suggested that since I have 2 turkeys in the freezer, we get a fresh one for Thanksgiving and keep it in someone else's short term. I'm going to keep that turkey in my belly. Okay, I'm going to start doing some wins of the week. I'm going to skip through some comments. Thank you so much for being generous with your comments. Oh, let's see. Okay, Vancouvers, have a great night. You're probably already gone, but I am super glad that you were here. And yes, Tater is okay. He went outside onto the porch. Dixie can open up the door by herself. So she opened the door and let Tater out, but the cats were on the porch and the cats were like, listen, little Tater, you're not allowed to be out here. So stay by the door till mommy gets here. JC Neal, I lucked out. My husband doesn't complain about my stash because he knows that I do it and it benefits our family. Absolutely. Prepping is lifestyle insurance. And whenever Mr. B knows that the prices are going up on everything. Insane. So when he sees a deal, he's starting to pick them up too. And my son as well. Okay. Win of the week. This girl preps. Canned 10 pounds of potatoes for the first time. Canning potatoes. Good for you. Yeah, living in a tiny house. I definitely lived in a tiny house for almost 10 years. We had 650 square feet with me, Mr. B, 3 dogs, and 2 ginormous boy teenagers. It was crazy. And prepped. Katie says, win of the week, 12 half pints of ugly chicken and 12 pints of chicken bone broth. Well done, Katie. Let me just see some more wins of the week. Here we go. Florida-based win of the week. Got almost 300 gallons of rainwater harvested during the tropical storm. Well done. That's a way to put a silver lining on Tropical Storm Nicole. Win of the week. My husband is putting up more shelves and gave me some of his space for preps. Awesome. Win of the week, August Blue. I needed oven cleaner to clean my oven racks, and Dollar General didn't have any oven cleaner, so I settled for Kingsford grill cleaner that was marked for $3.50. It was on sale for 35 cents. Hey, Dollar General, don't sleep on that. Dollar General has some good deals, especially in their clearance. Riley B. My husband said today he's going to buy me a tractor trailer for my preps. I said, what a great idea. That is a great idea. Man, I'll be jealous of that. Let's see. Win of the week from Kindred Spirit. I organized and decluttered my kitchen cabinets, and now I have more room for preps. Well done. Carolyn Cusack, win of the week. This week, Aldi had some great sales on fresh meat, so I stocked up on several items. I love that. Win of the week, Sherry Sizemore, got a deer for my brother-in-law, and it didn't even cost me a freedom seed. Canned that up last night and canned potato soup tonight. You've been a busy woman. I know for a fact how hard it is to break down a deer and can it. Man, whew. Happy Hickman Homestead, win of the week. I made delicious soup using just my food storage tonight. That's awesome. If you want to send me an email with your recipe, I would love to try it out. Let's just see. Oh, here's Lori. Win of the week, was able to fix a music emergency today at work. No one who knew how to burn a music list to a CD, and I'm old enough that I knew how to do it. Yes, team old people. Yeah, Tater is okay. The cats were out on the porch, and they had him corralled into the corner of the porch because they knew that mommy would be mad if he went outside, especially at night because there's owls out there. Kendra, full of joy. My dad always reminds my brother and I, you're one generation away from eating raccoon and squirrel. You know, Mr. B laughs all the time about eating possums, but we have so many of them that they're so prolific. I don't want to eat that. I don't, but I would if I was hungry, but I don't want to. Okay. JC, win of the week. I got my shopping list done for Thursday. The kids wanted cuddles, so that was the best time to do it. Oh, that's great. Barbara D's purchased 17 pounds of boneless chicken breast for $1.99 a pound. I haven't seen that price in months, and canned 15 pints of ugly chicken on Wednesday. I bet you did feel blessed. That is a great place to, that is a great feeling when you get all those jars on the shelf. Rita Hunter, win of the week, got to deliver my food boxes today, met some nice people, felt blessed to be able to do it. 2 with turkey and 2 with ham, 10 pounds of potatoes each, and canned goods and sugar and coffee and goodies. I have been the recipient of the food boxes from the church when I was very poor and I was first divorced. I used to get a food box at the first of the month from the church, and I can't tell you how thankful I was for those. And now to be in a place where I can help others is such an amazing feeling. Win of the week, Lady Prepper has learned how to dehydrate eggs, long-term crackle fruit. LOL. That's pretty awesome. You know what? Lady Prepper, don't sleep on her either. She is a true warrior. She's in the girl preps. I got to tell you, we're getting jackets, all us girl preppers. So Lady Prepper, you can have one too. Okay. Let's see. Win of the week from Wiss Preps. Canning my first 7 pints of chicken today. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. Once you do it one time, you'll be hooked. I swear it, you'll be hooked. Okay. I know, put a jingle bell on Tater. It keeps you from panicking. Well, I heard Dixie open the door because she can open it herself, and then I didn't hear Tater, and I was like, uh-oh, that's bad news. But like I said, the cats had him, so... And I just appreciate the fact that everybody's being so nice in the chats tonight, and that my mods have the easiest time just making sure that I'm just typing in my email. Venture@yahoo.com. There it is. Yeah, my mods have the best time because they get to actually enjoy the chat instead of moderating people who can't behave themselves. So you guys are the best. Nikki, I went over to Dollar General and Family Dollar to take advantage of the $5 on each place. They were overstocked. Our problem seems to be one of wanting to work for a minimum wage. Win of the week for Susan C. Got to the grocery store early this morning and lucked out on several meats that were marked down. I love a markdown sticker. That, like, the dopamine and serotonin in my brain when I see those markdown stickers. I walk out of the store, I just feel like I robbed the place. I just feel so good. Florida Glitz, made homemade bread in the oven and some outside in my new propane oven. Both came out amazing. Well done. Bread making is a prepper skill that many people overlook. Okay. That comment was about he's okay. Oh, okay. My husband fell down the stairs and dropped 2 flats of canned. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry. I missed your win. Oh, I'm so glad he's okay. Okay. Nene's Prepping Kitchen. Win of the week is I painted my living room and my kitchen a brighter color and added a border. You know what? That's going to go a long way for your mental health this winter. I really feel that, because when we don't get sunshine, well, if I don't get sunshine, I feel, I feel not so happy. I am so glad your husband's okay, Yarn Prepper. I missed that comment. Yeah, receiving a food box from my son's school for Thanksgiving is the only way to have one. So, Heather, when you get to a place where you can pass forward, it's going to be a good feeling. It really is. I can tell you, having been on both sides of that. Yeah. Texas Jam, we got our first cold night down to 40 degrees. Win of the week, no tomato damage, and harvested 2 gallons of cherry tomatoes. I have to be more diligent about my tomatoes next year, because this year my tomatoes didn't do anything. So I'm really hoping that next year we get a really good tomato crop. And it's kind of cold for tomatoes right at this point. Let's see. Oops, I'm on the wrong channel. So let's see. Indian Summer's got a win of the week down here, I see. Walmart has chicken and beef stock, 32 ounces for $1. That's pretty good. Just going to try to go to the community page and read off some of the wins of the week that people left over on the community page. Okay. Holly Cowan, no official win of the week other than thinking of and supporting our soldiers this Remembrance Day. I'm a Canadian soldier and thinking of all the fallen today, currently thinking of all those who've served and all who are currently serving. And just saying a prayer for all the soldiers out there who, can't be at home right now. Let's see. Carol, my win of the week was shopping mostly at ShopRite. I made a list from the sale flyer, mostly prep items. I spent $103.97, but I saved $92.76. Placed 5 boxes of mac and cheese in the donation bin on my way out. That is a great way to pay forward. Carol, thank you so much for that. Joanna the Singer, I stopped at Sprouts on Tuesday evening while I was getting a cart. A sign for pumpkin pie caught my eye. They were marked 25 cents each. And don't you know, I loaded 8 of them in my cart, and I went back today for 4 more, and I fed them to my chickens. Hey, for 25 cents, I'd feed them my chickens too. Friday is Veterans Day, Ms. S. If you served in the U.S. military or have a VAID or Department of Defense, then you can take those documents to various restaurants for a free discount. Hey, you got to save money where you can. Katie Trapnell, huge fan of the channel. I was blessed at church today by my church family with a $100 grocery store gift card, a huge blessing since my husband has been out of work since August when he broke his leg. Michelle Moon, win of the week. My children are hearing me. My daughter cooked dinner and only put in half of the available 3 cups of meat in the soup. She said prices are going up, and she thought we could probably get another meal out of the other half. Come here, baby. He's scared, Mommy. Mwah. Let's see. I've had some of the Yo Man picked up 5 18 counts of eggs at Kroger for $1.99 each. Wow. I bet the Lady Prepper would have put those right on the dehydrator. Jennifer Kingsbury got a promotion at work, higher salary, better hours, and no more night shifts. I think that's awesome. Now she's going to have more time for prepping in the evening. Child of God did canning, organizing, and still so much more to do. Glenn Anderson, slow week for me, but only canned 11 quarts of pinto beans. Not sexy, but very functional. And that's the $5 Fridays. They're not sexy, but very functional. Tammy Hughes worked 64 hours. She got 5 packs of butter, stocked up on canned tomatoes and tomato sauce. Got 21 cans of Campbell's cream of chicken soup. Not done, but she ran out of time. And I can see why. That's a lot. All right, I'm going to run back here. Okay. I see that Orlando Prepper has been pushed over the limit for monetization. Okay, you deserve it. You have a great channel. Let's see. Win of the week for Indian Summer. Oh, I did that one. Okay. Let's go back to some other wins of the week, if I can make it go. Barbara B in Florida got 160 pounds of chicken breast for $1.50 a pound and canned 120 pounds so far. You know she has been busy. Amy Shamblin got London broiled BOGO, buy one, get one free, 1 pound country style pork breakfast sausage, $1.99, was $3.99 originally. Megan Donahue got up an hour early every day this week. Oh, wait, never mind, because it's daylight savings time. Oh, let's see. Who's your prepping nurse? I saw Sally in the chat. Oh, there she is. Win of the week the other day, I opened up the oven door. I love this comment. And then the handle, the outer door oven and the inner door oven separated. I could not find the screw anywhere, and I had no idea how long it was missing. And I couldn't find the screw locally to fix it. I was heartbroken at having to think of a service call or getting a new stove. So long story short, she went in, she got a brand new screw. She just kind of guessed perfect fit. So she was able to fix her oven for about $10 instead of either replacing the oven or placing a service call, which would have been way more than $10. So well done, Sally. I'm really proud of you. Let's just hide that current comment. Okay. And if anybody wants to drop links for their channel, make sure you're doing that, because I love to have support in my channel. So let's see. I think we've gone through all the wins of the week. Thank you, Happy Hickman Homestead, for the email about the soup. I'll take a look at that. And thank you for hanging with me while I ran outside to get Tater, because he just decided to disappear. Thank goodness for the cats, huh, Tater? You'd have been owl bait. Mwah. So we can talk about the diesel shortage a little bit more. I've got about 10 minutes till it's time to go. So let's talk about what impact the diesel shortage would have on the economy. The increase in gas prices is immediately felt by citizens at the pump, but that's not the case with diesel. It's a thing that gets some attention from the public, just like gas does, but most people don't use diesel, so they don't see the relevancy. But it is something that infiltrates every nook and cranny of inflation, because everything moves around the country in waterways, railways, roads, and diesel powers it. And don't forget, too, that diesel is used in farming, construction, heating, and transportation. With trucks, trains, and ships, they run on diesel. All of them do. The economy runs on diesel. Thinking about everything that you buy at the store, it got there by train, truck, or everything. The construction, high diesel prices would slow economic activity down. The prices have come down from all-time highs in mid-June, but not really enough to ease any concerns. While gas prices have dropped 24% since reaching a record high in June, diesel prices have only gone down 8%. A surge in diesel prices might lead to moving goods between manufacturers and retailers, and between stores and our homes. They would all get more expensive, which would continue to fuel inflation. And I know that many people out there are feeling that pinch of inflation. I know I am personally, because when I go to the store, I'm like, wow, why is this so expensive? Mr. B had a great win of the week this week. We went to the auto parts store, and he's been going once a week and stocking up on things for the cars. He's very concerned that once the flow of goods from the Dragon Country stops, that a lot of car parts and things to keep your vehicle running are not going to be available. Here we go. That's absolutely correct. School buses run on diesel. You're correct. So how are we going to get our kids to school? That's just crazy. Diesel runs all the farming equipment. So how are we supposed to farm when we don't have diesel to run our tractors? And also the parts for the tractors. That's another big issue. People are waiting months to get their tractors redone and resupplied and fixed. And those tractors are, they're the lifeblood of our economy, because without food, nobody's going to work. Nobody's going to school. I just think about schools and nursing homes and places that really depend on government subsidies, and prisons, to be truthfully honest, as well. They're still human beings. Even though they've done things that are wrong, they're still humans, and they still deserve to eat. And those kind of places rely heavily on subsidies from the government to help pay. And then all that stuff is shipped in by truck, train, and by ship. So that's the question in my mind right now is, how is all of this going to play out? Mr. B was talking this morning about districts, and he thinks that, and I am of the same mind, that eventually with deliveries and things like that, we're going to have districts, and like, okay, so you're up here by this big green dot right here. The big green dot, your district is a Wednesday delivery, and you can't get any deliveries unless it's a Wednesday. And then, maybe this down here, this blue area here, your delivery day is on Thursday, and you only get stuff on Thursdays. Let's see. EMS vehicles run on diesel. Kindred Spirit, thank you so much for mentioning that, because that's something I hadn't even thought of, is the fact that our ambulances, our fire trucks, yeah, that's pretty serious. Like, okay, there's no diesel. I guess we're not coming to put the fire out at your house. Or, if you have a medical emergency, it's going to be more than a medical emergency. You're going to be responsible for getting your own person to the hospital. And then what does the hospital even look like if there's no supplies coming into the hospital? So there's so many layers. That's why we've got to be prepared in our own homes. Like when my son cut his finger the other day, that definitely would have been a ride to the hospital had we not been prepared properly and able to, number one, with skills, and number two, with supplies to fix his finger at home. Let's see. JC says, some people I know have newer farm equipment are waiting months for basic parts versus people that have older equipment. Absolutely. And older equipment, I think, is easier to redneck engineer something. But that newer equipment, man, with the computer chips and all that, you can't do that stuff. Most military vehicles are diesel too. Humvees, FMTVs, first priority rationing for everyone else, so prep accordingly. There you go. If the military decides to commandeer what's left of the diesel, we are going to, we're going to be feeling worse than the pinch. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be serious. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. There's going to be an economic slowdown, and then, none of it is good. So prepping in solution-based thinking, prepping now to be able to survive those times, not only survive, but thrive. My prepping recently has been about making the food that we already have taste better. So I've been prepping spices. I've been prepping yummy things that we can cook with to make our beans and rice taste better. I've been, prepping more, not luxury items, but items that will definitely make our food taste better. Like I got, you'll see in next week's video, I got an Amazon haul. I got a big bottle of hazelnut flavoring for coffee, because while Mr. B doesn't mind drinking the instant coffee, it's not really his favorite. But boy, that hazelnut syrup, a couple tablespoons of that is going to make that taste amazing. So he could have a nice coffee at home, a hazelnut, coffee, and he would be very happy with that. So that's kind of my thinking at this point, is what can we do to make plain things taste better and prep accordingly. It'll only be a matter of time before, I hope I didn't lose my Wi-Fi. Oh, goodness. This live stream has been crazy. Tater got out. Okay. Hopefully you can still see me. Oh, okay, here we go. We're back. Okay, we're back. So I just want to thank everybody out there so much for your comments tonight, and also for your supply, I can't tell if my Wi-Fi is out. I don't think it is. Anyway, that's just the good Lord working in my life, saying, Cynthia, it's time for you to be quiet. I just want to say thank you so, so much. Keep the conversation going. Once the live video posts, keep the conversation going. I'll have a wrap-up tomorrow if you guys want to keep the conversation going, because I definitely do. I'm interested in everything you have to say. Thank you so, so much for watching and hanging out with me tonight. I have the best live chatters on the internet, in my opinion. You guys are awesome. just amazing. And I'm so happy. Thank you, Mighty Mods. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats. That is a box that is headed to the troops. Thank you so much, everybody. And remember, I'd rather be a year early than a day late. Bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye.